Literally ask me anything. Please, I need like a nice little young, healthy, sexy 50 comments on there, 50 questions to answer, 50 bare minimum, please. And comment any question you want me to answer. Everything that happened. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about friendships, the agency scam, whatever. Are your underarms shaved? Just put that in, because otherwise, what are we going to talk about in this YouTube video? It's going to be awkward. I'm going to be sitting and you're going to be looking at me, I'm looking at you, and then we're looking at each other through the screen, and what? Hello, como estas? What's good? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I look insane right now. We're about to get ready together. I've got some... First, let me get uncrusty, and then I'm still trying to figure out where's the best place for us to like film our get ready with me's. I know, I have so much to tell you.
Bluetooth mode.
Go outside.
Hola, como estas? See, now I look and feel a lot more human. Although my skin is dry, my lips is dry, everything is dry. I thought it would be perfect to start the new year with a little get ready with me moment and finally announce an upload schedule for the year. You're hearing it here first. You're getting the news fresh, hot off the press. I'm gonna be coming to you guys twice a week for 52 weeks this year. Boom! I know. Hey, not too much. But yeah, so I'm thinking of doing a get ready with me every Wednesday where we do makeup and we chit chat, or we do makeup and it's like a tutorial type style every Wednesday starting today. And then every Saturday you guys are gonna get the weekly vlogs as per usual. Did Suru ever give you your money? Babe, at the beginning of this year, I was signed to an agency. And I'm gonna give the very, very long story short. Agencies are pretty legit, like pretty standard. A lot of you guys would maybe know Kensington Gray. It's a US-based agency that known to be like a primarily Black agency that a lot of dark-skinned creators feel like they can trust. There's a whole bunch of agencies. There's an agency known as Del Cheeto, which is the agency that Huda from Love Island is signed to. And agencies essentially will sign influencers, talent, content creators, people in sports, celebrities, so on and so forth. And the purpose of an agency is to help negotiate deals for you, or to help bring in brand deals and to negotiate deals on your behalf. They'll start to take over, you know, the responding of emails. So if like a makeup brand wants to reach out to me and wants to work with me, they send me an email via the email that I have in my bio. Instead of me going back and forth with brands, the agency takes over. And the way that the agency would get paid is they would take, usually I think it's around anywhere between 10 to 30% of a cut of the deal that they're helping to broker. So, you know, if NYX Cosmetics is paying me $10 for a brand deal, then the agency would take $3 from that deal, or $2 or $1 depending on like what you negotiate. Contracts are important. Always make sure that there's a contract in place. And this is something that I unfortunately learned the hard way this year. I did have a contract in place with this agency that I signed with. So instead of me getting the money when I got a brand deal, the money was going to the agency, which some agencies will do that, get the payment on your behalf, take out their 10 to 30% and then give you the rest. I think what I'm doing moving forward is having the money deposited into my account and then I'll give the agency their 10 to 30%, right? What was happening is that instead of paying me after they got paid, the agency was keeping 100% of the money. And there's a much longer story time. What? In the new vlog that's coming up, the Turks and Caicos vlog that's coming up, I'll post, you know, the story time will be in there. And we got into this huge legal back and forth whereby, you know, it was like months and months and months of me like asking, okay, so when am I gonna get paid? When am I gonna get paid? When am I gonna get paid? Nothing. Crickets. Or they would say, oh, we'll pay you next week, and then next week comes around, there's no payment. Then they're like, oh, we'll pay you in 2 days, and then 2 days comes around, then nothing. And then, oh, we'll pay you next week, and then next week comes around, and then nothing. So I got to a point when I was on my trip in Turks and Caicos where I crashed out, because this is mouth-watering money that I'm talking about. This is thousands of dollars that I'm talking about, right? And you know, when I did crash out and I did talk about it, then it now came out that not only are the employees of this agency also not being paid, or not fully being paid all the things that they're owed, that there's other creators like myself, content creators who were signed under the agency, who also were either missing payments or never got paid or got some payments, or like a mix of just like some really unnecessary things that don't really need to be. So yeah, that's like the gist of the situation. And a lot of people have suggested, okay, maybe Angel, you should go and you should file a lawsuit. And you know, some people who were part of the agency I know have talked about potentially doing that. As far as I know, they're not in business anymore. Although it's been like such a weird back and forth where the person will say, oh, I'm filing for bankruptcy, and then you find out 2 weeks later that she's still operating as a business, the same person who owned this agency. And it's just, guys, I'm tired. Even talking about it is stressing me and tiring me. So did I get my money? I'm still waiting. So right now, as of right now, I have a deal with the person who's communicated that they are intending on paying me all of the money that I'm owed, but they're going to be doing it in increments. So they're like, okay, I'll pay you X amount of money per month until you get all your money back. I'm still waiting for the money to come through. Did you ever fully learn Shona? When I was younger, yes, I did. My mom's side of the family is in Ndebele, but at one point in time, I did live in Gweru, in Zimbabwe. At one point in time, I was a fluent speaker. My grandmother taught me. But then when I moved here, I've kind of like lost it a little bit, but it's kind of coming back a little bit. So yeah, you know, we working on it. Okay, Slay, let's go into the TikTok questions here. You guys are so questions. And I said I was going to answer every single one of these questions. Né? Hey, I wanted to know where your Zim parents are. Love your content, by the way. And then someone commented and said there's a video about that on her YouTube. Yes, there is a full-fledged video where I talk about my complicated family tree all here on my YouTube channel. But a very, very, very long story short, I even like struggle to talk about it sometimes because I'm like, I don't even really know what to say. What is a person supposed to say? My mom passed away when I was younger. When I was around 6 years old, my mom passed away. And my dad is still alive. We just have no contact, and my dad's side of the family and myself don't have any contact. I am still in contact with my mom's side of the family, so my mom's sisters, her brothers, and then my cousins on that side of the family, still in contact. So when I went back to Zim, I went to go visit my mom's side of the family. I do not have any contact with my dad's side of the family. How did you get into Canada? Like, where were you born? Were you born there or as an international student? Ooh, I was born in Zimbabwe, and I came here when I was 9, maybe 10 years old. I came because of like my dad lived here, and so he brought me here essentially. So I wish I could help you guys. Sometimes people ask me about like visas and international student stuff, and I don't know. I may know. Have you ever looked through a friend or a partner's phone without them knowing? No, actually. I don't believe in going through people's phones, which is crazy. Okay, so I feel like a good rule of thumb for myself, this is like a thing that I just, some people have, you know how everybody has a specific things about themselves? This is one of those like specific, like ultra specific things about myself. I don't have any, I'm like, lazy is even the wrong way to put it. I have no interest in stressing myself out in that way. So I don't believe in going through people's phones. I feel like if you get to a point whereby you feel like you need to go through a person's phone, you know everything you need to know, because guaranteed there is not a single person on this earth who is perfect. Whatever you are looking for in that phone, I promise you, you will find it. So now the question now becomes, right? The issue of you wanting to go through a person's phone means that there's problems with trust, and you don't trust that if you were to ask the person straightforward, hey, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that they'll be honest with you. So do you need to be continuing to be in a relationship with someone who you don't trust in that way, right? Now, with that being said, right, I have broken that rule before of going through people's phones, but with permission. It's never like while you're sleeping, I'm beside you and I'm going through your phone. Me, I'll just straight up tell you, be like, can I see? And then I'll open it in front of you. Usually I don't have a password on my phone, but when I do have a password, people in my life, everybody in my life knows my password. It's not like a secret, you know, so I don't have anything that I'm hiding. So if I'm in a relationship with someone, they always have my phone password. There's nothing in my phone that is incriminating that you can see that I won't tell you face to face. You say, hey, Angel, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So me, I'm not, So that's why I have like an open, I have like an open phone policy, right? So if I'm with a person, they know my phone password, I know theirs. In the same way that if they need to see anything or they need to, whatever it is, what itch you need to scratch, you always have access to my phone because you will always know my password, or I will not have a password because sometimes I'll take it off. How bearable is the winter in Canada for someone coming from a very relatively hot country? It's cold. You need to dress up warm. How to glow up in confidence. Ooh. Like in confidence isn't like a secret? Or, oh no, you want to glow up. How to become more confident? I think the biggest thing when it comes to confidence is to stop worrying about what other people think about you. You cannot change other people's opinions. What other people think doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And I think you need to start by unlearning that, like unlearning the, oh, but like what about this person, or oh, like, oh, but what if this person thinks People will talk. There is no world that exists whereby you're able to make every single person you know happy. You need to be able to separate yourself from other people's emotions and be happy. Between you and the Lord, you are happy, you are good, and you are pouring into the people in your life at the best of your ability, then that's enough. Genuinely, that's enough. But that also means that like you're taking accountability where you fall short. So for me, one of the biggest things that really built my confidence is I stopped talking to anybody who always just inyaya. That's all we're talking about other people. Like, oh, we're discussing this person's business and this person's business. Like a lot of my relationships are, how are we gonna make money? Or where are we gonna travel to? Oh, LOL, remember when we did this ABCDEFG. So it's like we're very much communicating about things that are within our control, and we're communicating about things that make our nyashes bigger, things that put money into our pockets, and things that fill our cups, like our emotional cups. Anything else, it's not my business. I don't care. So that's what I'm saying. Like for me, one of the biggest things that build confidence for me is letting go of the people in my life that just were taking more than they were giving. That's like the quickest way I can answer that question, guys. Please buy me an iPhone so I can start content. It's my dream. You do not need an iPhone to start content. Start your content. Let me actually even like look at your page right now. You have a private account. You have 1 follower. Post your page. Post your content, babes. Post your content. Do you know how many people that I know who don't have the best quality in terms of like camera quality or lighting or whatever the case may be, but they still post and they show up every single day and they build followings? People don't follow you because you have crisp quality. People will follow you and subscribe and watch and support you because you add either entertainment value, you make them laugh, you make them giggle, because you teach them something that they didn't know before, because you provide value in some way, shape, or form, or you're relatable, or you're aspirational. Like people will follow you because your life looks like the way that they want their life to be, but they're not there yet. Some people watch content because it's motivational. It gets them up and out of bed. It gets them, oh, this is what I need to do. So you need to be providing some sort of value for people to be watching. I like to think that I'm an entertaining person, and sometimes I teach, and sometimes I'm relatable. So that's the content, that's the value that people don't follow me because I have an iPhone 17. Like, get your content big. I believe in you. I want to say 2026 is your year, but every year is your year. So lock it into it. Not weird or in a rude way, but how much do you get paid as a content creator? That's a tough question, hey? It's a tough question to answer because all the money that I made from brand deals in this year, 2025, was scammed from my pocket. So it never even landed in my bank account. But you have the capability of making, okay, I don't know how to like answer this question. On the lower end, I usually charge around $1,000 for a TikTok video. That's usually like the smaller brands, so on and so forth. The mid to high range, around anywhere between 10 to 20K for a single video. I don't know if that answers your question without me answering the question. So there's a lot of money to be made in content creation. This year, one of the things that I want to work on is also monetizing other platforms other than brand deals. So monetizing my YouTube channel, because this year I probably made around $150 off of YouTube AdSense in total for the full year. Again, it's like one of them ones. But I know there's people who regularly make, 2, 3, 4K a month off of YouTube AdSense. So I would like to get to that point, but that means that I have to be showing up for you guys 2 times a week. How old am I? And also, I can't wait for a YouTube video. How old am I? I am 26 years. I'm 26 years of age. I'm 26 years young. I'm touching 30, almost. 30 is around the corner, LMFAO. How do you earn from posting on TikTok? Do you have to download TikTok Studio? Let me actually get this information for you. The TikTok Creator Rewards program is only available if you live in the United States, in the UK, Japan, South Korea, or Brazil. If you do not live in these countries, TikTok Creator Rewards program is not available to you. So me, I live in Canada. I don't have access to the TikTok Creator Rewards program. So what it is essentially is that it'll pay you anywhere between like 50 cents to like $1-ish per certain amount of views. So content creators in the US who have over, I can't remember if it's over 10K or over 50K followers, make money per a certain amount of views. So they will get a paycheck from TikTok once a month. You can make money going live on TikTok, but that money is coming from people. People have to gift you the money. You don't get paid just for going live. And even then, TikTok takes 50% of that. Or if someone gifts you $10, TikTok takes $5 and then you keep $5 and it's just automatically taken out. There's some people who make a lot of money off of TikTok live, but you almost have to be going live doing the battles. You know, if you see people who are like, oh, send me a gift, snipe, what, all the things that they be doing with just like two people and they're like fighting against each other, whatever. That sometimes that's what works for people to make money off of TikTok. You can also make money on TikTok by offering subscriptions. You have to promote it yourself, and then again, it's one of those things where people have to come in now, pay for it, and TikTok keeps. So that's literally it. However, once you start to gain an audience as a content creator, you can make money via brand deals. So with brand deals, a lot of the times, brands come to you. So you're making your content. Let's say today I do a video and I'm washing my hair with Dove. And I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, I love Dove so much, And then the video, someone from Dove sees the video and they go, you know what? We have some new shampoo or hair products that we want to promote. So let's contact this content creator and see. So a lot of the times, the brands are the ones that come to you. Or they'll talk to an agency and say, I'm looking for 10 content creators who make content about hair so we can promote our hair products. And so then the agency will find 10 content creators. The brand will pay X amount of money because everybody has different rates, right? The more followers and engagement that you have, then the more technically you're able to charge. And by engagement, I mean people liking and commenting. That's engagement. Because there's lots of content creators who I know who are 2 million followers, but every time they post, their videos are like 300 views or 1,000 views. Like, that's not making sense. And that means that, not that their followers are fake, but like, you can't really charge much, if anything, in that case. But for people like Grace Montano, who has, was it 2 or 3 million followers, maybe less than that. And then every single time she posts a video, it's 1 million views. It's 100,000 likes, or sometimes even 1 million likes on some of her videos. Then a brand can say, oh, okay, like this many people follow her, but also this many people are interested in what she has to say. So Grace Montana can charge more than a content creator who has 10 million followers and 1,000 views, right? So it's like, it's not just like the follower count that matters necessarily. And for TikTok Studio, it's so hard with TikTok Studio because I personally have never gotten a single brand deal via TikTok Studio, but I'm sure there's people who have. And then of course there's TikTok Shop. Again, that's not available in Canada, so I can't even really talk about it, where it's like an affiliate thing. So every time you sell a certain amount of products, you get a percentage, right? So some people will promote like a lip gloss that's $10, and then they'll have a 10% affiliate situation. So if they get a customer to pay $10 for a lip gloss, they get $1 for every lip gloss that they sell. So that's like the TikTok Shop thing. But again, it's not available in Canada, and it's not available in a lot of places. Someone asked me, what is the pettiest thing I've ever done to get back at someone? And please explain. That is crazy. I don't really get petty. I just remove people from my life. Like, I just stop engaging with you. And maybe that is kind of petty, I don't know. But I genuinely just remove myself from people's lives. You no longer exist to me. Am I on break at school? No. Okay, so I was supposed to go to school in September of this year. This last September that just passed. But because literally the money that I was going to use to pay for my tuition and everything was supposed to be the money that I was supposed to be getting from this agency that scammed me. That's the money I was going to use to pay for my tuition. Then when I didn't get paid, I didn't go back to school. I will not be going to school in January. So I'm postponing school for a little bit longer. Eish! What is the most illegal thing you've ever done and gotten away with? Guys, I'm a boring person. And I don't think I can, some things I don't think I would not even be a very intelligent person if I answer that question. So I will say smoking weed before it was legal, because I feel like now it's legal. LMFAO, oh my gosh. There's a condom shoplifting story. I remember, oh my gosh, guys. Yo, some of the things that like come up in my brain here. What do I do for work outside of social media? So outside of social media, I am a heavy equipment apprentice. How do I feel about Zim animators? There's a juicy story there, yo. So I've been following this one animator in the Zim community for years. I'm talking about since like 2018, I want to say. I used to always think I'd even like reached out to them when I first wanted to start my YouTube channel, and I was like, hey, like I wanted to know if they could do like a YouTube intro for me, like an animated YouTube intro, because I thought that would be so cute and so fun and so fresh. Lo and behold, now at the time I didn't even really have money like that, and I didn't even have a YouTube channel. So I was like, you know what, one day when I have money, I want to hire this person because I love supporting people in the Zim community. So slay. I started my YouTube channel. you know. And then 2024, I finally was in a place where I was like, okay, bet I have money, can afford to spend extra money on an animator, and it makes sense now because I had a decent amount of subscribers on there, you know. And so I thought, okay, bet, like, it makes sense for me to invest in my YouTube channel by getting a proper like YouTube intro. So I reached out to this person, I paid them ahead of time. Months went by, I never got anything. But before I even worked with this person, I was like, how long will it take you to send me the final product? And he was like, oh, it's gonna take a week. Months later, down the road, still nothing. Now I'm like fighting, going back and forth with this person about this YouTube intro that I've been trying to get. Crickets. He's not sending. So I go on TikTok live and who pops up at TikTok? Like, I'm just losing my, and I didn't even name names. I didn't say this person. And it just so happened that a few people who were in the TikTok live knew exactly who I was talking about. And they were like, you know what? That person has a history of just disappearing and then not communicating. And I'm like, ew, what a reputation to be having as a business owner. And so they reached out to the person and they said, hey, you know, the so-and-so creator, Angie, has been on TikTok live and she's talking shit. You know, you need to get this babe her YouTube intro immediately. And so he reached back out to me. And then he said, oh, I'm gonna send the video. 2 weeks passed. So I'm like, okay, bro. So I went back on TikTok, and what did I do? I was talking my shit again, because I'm like, there's no way at this point. Because I think also too, I love this creator so much that in my mind I was like, I don't even want a refund. I don't even want my money back. I just want the video. Like, I just want a YouTube intro. And people are like, no, Angel, he should be giving you the video and giving you your money back. And I'm like, no, guys, at this point, because I love this person's creative mind so much, I was like, I just want the video. And I even sent him a message. I was like, bruh, I literally don't care about anything else. I just want the video. Just send me the video. I was like begging this person to send me the thing that I paid for. Long story short, he did end up sending me the thing. But guys, when I tell you, I can't even play the video for you, but the people who were in that live know exactly what kind of BS we got. First of all, it wasn't even anything that I asked for. It was recycled content. Some of the things that he said, some of the clips he sent me were recycled. I had asked him to make a custom cartoon character version of me, and I described in detail what I want this character to have. And he just took and copied and pasted something from his other work, some cream babe who doesn't even look like me, that cartoon character, and then put it into this thing. Guys, this person, I asked him to send me an email. I would love to work with a Zim animator as long as you're going to be producing the product, because now we're online, right? I'm going to do it very publicly. So whereby if you do not hold up your side of the thing, it's not just me who knows. It's now every other possible customer who's going to know what you're doing, right? When did I start doing makeup? In 2018 is when I officially like started doing makeup. Do I want to get married or have children one day? The more I grow up, the less I want to have children. And the more serious I realize that this children thing is. Eesh. And now I understand why they're always pushing young women to get married young and to have kids young. It's because when you're still young, you don't even deep the level of commitment to yourself and your life to. How was it working with James Charles when you were doing the painted photo shoot? Every single time, I tell you, every single time I do a Q&A, there's not a single person who doesn't ask about the James Charles photo shoot. I do have the full YouTube videos. It's 2 hours. Part 1 and part 2 of the whole trip of me going to LA and meeting James Charles. And I'll put the links in the description box down below. How was it working with James Charles? It was lit. Like, literally, the person that you see when you watch his YouTube videos, that's who he is in real life. Like, very much like cut and paste. Like, he's exactly who he is on screen is exactly who he is in person. Funny, entertaining, like, just, you know, just a vibe. Like, actually just a major vibe. I actually had a lot of fun when I was in LA. What's my most prized possession? My laptop, because this is my life as a content creator and as a whole. All of my footage. Have I ever ghosted someone or been ghosted? 1000%. I ghost a lot of people. Some people with reasons and some people without reasons. And if you're one of those people that I ghosted without reason, sincerely I apologize. It's not you, it's just me. It's legit just me. It's nothing. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just me. Can you collab with other makeup influencers? I feel like it would grow your account more. Yes, I would love to. Oh my gosh, yes, I would love to. I'm trying to think. I do collab sometimes, but not in like makeup content. A few of my friends are makeup content creators, so we'll like do videos here and there, but it's never like a makeup collab. It's always just kind of like we're in the same space type of thing. Like a cute little dance video or a cute little I'm standing there video type thing. What is my favorite Zim and South African meal? Sadza. I love me some Sadza Sam. Do you have any siblings? If yes, how many? How many siblings do I have? So this is a complicated family tree, right? Maybe close to like 8 older siblings. This is like adoptive and biological siblings, but mostly adoptive. It's weird because my biological older siblings weren't raised with me. They were raised elsewhere. So like when I was here in Canada as an adult, I was raised as the oldest sibling, if that makes any sense. So I was like the oldest of the present siblings in my biological family. Then I have maybe 5 younger siblings, adoptive and not adoptive. Younger siblings. So and I feel like I'm even missing people because again, my family tree is so complicated. How have you handled the conflict with friendships in your 20s? Ooh, should we put some sparkles on these eyes? I think so. Pigments on this eyeshadow are insane. I won't even lie to you. This eyeshadow palette is expensive, especially as a Canadian, because we don't have free shipping. I think the shipping was like $50 something, $57, almost $60 in shipping, which is crazy. I feel like I have such a different perspective now on like fights, especially when it comes to like fights and friendships. I believe that every healthy friendship, you need to fight. I have a very open door policy with my friends. If you have something that they vex you about me, don't hold on to it. Immediately alert me. Alert me with immediate effect. I don't like this whole like, oh, I secretly hate you, or oh, you hurt my feelings, and now I'm like ignoring you, and I'm not talking to you, or I'm like excluding you. We're grown. We're too old for this. I will welcome conflict within relationships with people who value me and the people that I value and want to keep in my life. Because if I can fight with a dusty, crusty man and still stay and solve the problem and come out on the other side and still stay with him, why can't we do that with our friendships? I feel like a lot of times we're too quick to like, oh, this person is like moving funny, so I'm done with you. You're cut off, you're done. Me, I genuinely believe in fighting and going back and forth with your friends. It's important because you mustn't be tiptoeing around your friends because they're not going to be perfect all the time and they're not going to make you happy all the time. You're bound to irritate each other at some point in time if it actually is a deep and meaningful friendship. So me, I welcome conflict in relationships, but like within reason too. It can't be like every single day we're fighting because that's tiring. Guys, that's exhausting. Okay? It mustn't be toxic. And it must like, and again, like when I say conflict, I mean like within reason. And again, it's not like when we're fighting, it's like we fight with care, right? When you're fighting with me, it's not we're against each other, it's us against the problem. It's this is what is wrong, this is the problem, how can we fix this together? And not, oh, you bitch, you fuck you, name calling, absolutely a no. Just being spiteful and petty where you're not doing things just to purposely hurt me, again, the fuck? We're too grown for that. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Bare minimum. That's my personal opinion. I've done something that makes you uncomfortable or hurts your feelings and I can change it. I would rather we have the conversation. You say, hey, Angel, when you did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I thought that was fucked up. And I'm like, oh, okay, slay. I can fix that. Or I can work on that. And actually sincerely apologize, right? Then if you tell me, oh, Angel, I don't like it when you talk about your family. Okay, I'm not changing that. I'm always going to talk about my family. I love them. So, bye. I had to go and screenshot all these NGL questions. Guys, there's questions in here. Yo, I don't know. This is not even really giving like a makeup tutorial. I'm here, Jung, and I'm here and I'm vibing. Who's the last person you stalked on social media? Can I give you guys a juicy one? Kai Cenat is the last person I stalked on social media, and I don't know if that even counts as like a proper like stalking because I don't know him in like real life. I've been stalking him because him and his girlfriend, because they broke up, and I don't know, like I love them together. They were so cute together, and I hope that, you know, it's just one of those situations whereby people are just making a big deal out of nothing. If not, then I wish them both the best. But he's the last person I stalked. I regularly check for updates on both Instagram and TikTok, and bro, I don't even watch his Twitch, whatever's, but I even like open Twitch to see when he's streaming next or when he schedules to stream. But I think he's taking a break from streaming right now. And I even went into Twitter. Mind you, I don't even go to Twitter. Twitter is a place where dreams go to die. And I even checked Twitter so I could see if there's like any updates on the whole situation. But yeah, what is my biggest phobia, guys? Loose hair. We're losing the plot, right? I wouldn't say I'm scared of loose hair. I just think it just disgusts me on the highest level. Especially wet, loose hair. Futsik. One non-negotiable for me I refuse to share my towel. You can use my towel after I'm done using my towel, but I will not be using that towel after you. Because one thing about me, like, just imagine stepping out of the shower, right? Now you're drying yourself, and now you're covered in someone else's loose hair. That's just, ugh. What is my biggest regret? Ooh, that's cutesy. While I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and to just accept things as they are, one of the things that I do deeply regret is the way that I either conducted myself or handled certain friendships. Now, the reason why I also say that, you know, everything happens the way that it should is I feel like there was like almost like a necessary evil to the certain things in certain friendships happening. Like, it needed to happen so I could learn about myself and grow in certain ways that I feel like I would not have had to grow had I not lost certain friendships. So, and family relationships, of course, duh. What are the 3 deal breakers for you when it comes to dating? You use my towel? Joking. Very, very big on people's actions matching their words. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You're gonna tell me, hey, Angel, I'm going to call you at 7 p.m. It's one of those things like, I don't give a if you call me at 7 p.m. or not. But if you're gonna volunteer the information and say, Angel, I'm gonna call you at 7 p.m. and then you don't call me at 7 p.m., we have an issue. We have an issue, and it's simple as that. Because you could have just said nothing, or you could communicate and say, hey, I know I said I was going to call you at 7 p.m. and ABCDEFG came up, and now I'm not able to call you. Slay. What you say needs to match what you're doing. A second deal breaker for me is being with someone who doesn't like me. It's all well and good to be with someone who loves you, but does the person actually like you? Some of you guys who are watching this know exactly what I mean. There's a difference. There's a difference between, oh, I love this person, and then I like this person. We can all love another person, but do you like me as a basic human being? But what I mean by that is, like, if we weren't having relations, would you treat me with the basic human decency, kindness, love, and respect that you would treat a stranger on the street? Would you have the common kindness that you would have for any common person on the street? That's what I mean by, do you like me? Because a lot of y'all are in relationships, not even y'all, I have as well in the past. Some of us enter into relationships with people who love us, so they say, oh, I love you. Or maybe they'll buy you flowers, and then you feel like, okay, that's an action that says, I love you. Or maybe they'll take you out for a dinner, and then you're like, okay, this person clearly loves me. Or you're like, you know, or spends time with you, then you're like, okay, this person loves me, right? But then, when you call, where's this bitch want from me now? You don't like that person. You don't. Or anytime you get into an argument, you ABCDEFG, you blah blah blah, your mom should have swallowed you. You don't like that person, and you must reevaluate. They're smiling in your face and laughing behind your back. You don't like that person, and that's okay. Just don't be with them. Period, point blank. Third deal breaker, and I think this kind of goes hand in hand with the liking thing, someone who doesn't love and value themselves. Because one thing I am not going to do is I'm not going to love you more than you love yourself. There's a time and place for those things, but there gets to be a point. And then that's the nuance. There gets to be a point whereby I cannot physically love you more than you love yourself. I can't. I won't. I refuse. I'm not Bobes the Builder. So that's a deal breaker for me. If you don't love yourself, it's going to create problems. Because it's the men who don't love themselves and are insecure who then go, oh, why are you wearing this? Oh, you're trying to get attention from this person. Or, oh, why are you spending so much time with so-and-so? Or why are you on the phone with this person? You know, or why are you neglecting me? Those are the people who don't love themselves. They don't have anything going on inside. So they constantly seek that validation from their partner. And it can be soul-sucking to be living in that constant state of like, okay, I need to. Again, mind you, I'm not saying there's a healthy amount of validation that is allowed in a relationship, but if your significant other is your sole reason for living and your sole reason for your day being good, to me, that's a red flag. Because you should be able to be relatively happy without me there. And then when I enter the picture, I'm adding to your happiness. There's a difference. It's not like, oh, if Angel is not here, I'm gonna, you know, that's toxic. It's like, oh, okay, like I'm chilling, I'm vibing. Angel's here. Oh my gosh, Angel! That's the vibe, right? You get it? You get? Period. Am I coming back to Zim? 1,000%. 2026, baby! We on our way. What's the crazy way someone has slid into your DMs? All of a sudden, she's worried about the eyeshadow blending. There was a person who slid into my DMs on some crazy type energy. Yo, I've had people slide into my DMs talking about some I'm in love with you, and I'm like, do you love the Lord? Do you know the Lord? Do you love yourself? Do you love your family members? You know what I'm saying? Like, meet a person you've never met. I'm not, but I could be a scammer. Like, this could be an AI situation. What do you mean you're in love with me? You've never met me. And that's concerning to me. I've had some people slip inside into my DMs on some, oh my gosh, like I would love to pay for your pictures, your feet pictures. I've had some people slip inside on some, you know, I learned this year, I learned what a findom is. That's what I learned. Because I had emails, DMs, multiple people inquiring if I'm interested in being a financial dominatrix. Hey, yo, if you're under the age of 18, close your ears now. Let me know when they're closed. Thank you. You know, so I actually went down a rabbit hole, bro. Yo, I had someone reach out to me, like an actual human being, like not even on some scam, like an actual person reach out to me talking about some, oh, I have a rich friend who wants to fly you out to Dubai for some Dubai things, and I can't even like say anything more than that because the ones who know, they know. And then I was like, huh? I'm sorry. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Wait. Huh? Where in my profile picture in this life do I have a sign above my head that says open to Dubai things? And for the people who don't know what Dubai things are, you're too young to know what Dubai things are. But and he was willing to pay and also fly me out to do Dubai things. It's okay. That's what we'll end. That just gives you guys like a you type this up, you reread it multiple times, you sent it in, and then after it's sent delivered, you looked at it and you went, that's a good one. And then you even exited out the app and then multiple times came back to check to see if I had read the message, and you reread your message, you're like, yeah, I like the way I said that. You closed it and then my favorite song and artist and why. I'ma say this is my favorite song because Spotify said so. Spotify said Belchy by Remo was my top song of the year. So that's what I'm gonna say. My favorite artist, guys, I don't have one artist. If you guys know me, you know that I'm a curator of playlists. I'm a curator of music. It's my favorite. Music to me is a love language. Stand outside my door with a boombox. Be different. You talking about, what's the craziest way someone slid into your DMs? Stand outside my window with a boombox. We're losing recipes. Write me a love letter. In long-handed, write me love notes. This day and age, now you're going to be with people who don't even want to type a paragraph to you because they don't want to come off as a simp. Be so for real. I need me a nigga who's going to take a ballpoint pen or even pluck a feather from a bird out in the streets, dip that shit in ink, and just write straight fire on paper, pen on paper. You can't say you have game if you can't put pencil to paper, and that shit just lights on fire. Who are my creator friends, and are creator friendships genuine in my experience? Who are my creator friends? I would say my creator friends are Tashinga, Ashini, Nadal. Guys, yeah, I have creator friends. And are they genuine? I think it's so hard too, hey, because as content creators, it always feels like, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I feel like as content creators, when you become friends, it's so hard to like separate like friendship from like a content friendship, you know? It's so hard because I've genuinely had people seek me out for the purposes of content, and then they call that friendship, and I'm like, that's not friendship. Like, I remember when we went to Turks and Caicos, she told the management or whatever, like, oh, I would love to like friends with and talk to and like hang out with these other girls who are also content creators. And then now the manager has brought her to myself and my friends to introduce ourselves, and the first thing she says is, how many followers do you have? Ick. And even like when I was in LA, I noticed too, there are some people that were genuinely on like a just getting to know other human beings type experience. But then there were also other people that I talked to. First thing out their mouth is, how many followers do you have? And then they would treat you accordingly. So there's definitely people out there in the industry who they don't want to talk to you unless you have a certain amount of followers. And then when they do talk to you because you have a certain amount of followers, it's only ever, hey, let's make this video together. Oh, hey, can you repost my video? Oh, hey, can you? And it's never like, how are you doing? Damn. I saw you post that you were crying. What's going on? Is everything good? Just checking up on you on some real shit. Ooh, what's the most expensive thing that you've ever bought that was a total waste of money? Show it or show a picture of it. Some of these questions are too deep, hey? How long does it usually take you to edit your YouTube videos? a long time because I usually start with around like 9 hours worth of footage and then I cut it down. So, yo, it gets to be long. Advice for a young girl turning 18 in a few months, financial and personal. Number one, have a savings account. Have an emergency savings account and then a regular savings account. And then you want to build up your emergency savings eventually to a point whereby you have around 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Emergency saving, and you're not touching this emergency savings unless you get to a point whereby you're jobless and it's for emergencies. And then you're gonna have a regular savings. And then a personal piece of advice: be extremely picky with the people that you keep around you. And we don't get to choose the family that we're born into, but then you do get to choose the family, you know, that you build around you. And your family is going to be your friends because they're going to be aunties and uncles to your future children. Generally, we want to be pouring into people who pour into us. What's my Snapchat? My Snapchat is awesomeUser, at awesomeUser117. There's a Zara perfume you use and swear by. I can't find the video where you recommended them. Can you please share them again? X. Yes! I love talking about this. Gardenia. And then also the Zara Sweet Decade. It was in the beginning of this video. Yeah, in the beginning of this video, I literally came out of the shower. You guys saw how little was left. The Zara Sweet Decade. Love that one down. Anyways, I'm gonna put all the picture. I'm gonna put all the ones here. Soti, Zara. Someone here knows something. Sorry, I looked at another question. Someone here knows something that I don't. Have I met Drake? No, I haven't met Drake. But this person has insider knowledge that's elite ball knowledge right there. I love that. You've been here for a minute and I see you. What's your biggest pet peeve that others may find normal? Sharing towels, sharing toothbrushes, Dish towels don't need to be in the kitchen for longer than like 2 to 3 days. Disgusting. My top 5 biggest insecurities. But I think also too, like for me, a lot of my insecurity stems from like perfectionism. I have a lot of unrealistic standards for myself as a human being. And then when I don't achieve those things, it really fucks with my head. I just realized that I'm supposed to be doing a makeup tutorial and then I even stopped doing makeup at one point in time. Alone. One of my biggest pet peeves with you people, you should be coming here talking about some, oh, ask me anything. I'll be answering all the questions in a YouTube video. And then I come on there and the video is 10 minutes. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, immediately we've lost the plot. Because when I came into this agreement, I was under the impression that she would be answering every single question. I want to know everything. I want to know how many hairs you have in your armpit. I want to know all the burning, juicy questions, but y'all be just like keeping it light and cutesy, and it's like, so I'm here, I'm answering all the questions. That's why we're here. We're here. I know it's lasting so long, but we're here because, you know. What are my content goals for 2026? I feel like just finally taking myself seriously as a content creator. Because again, like up until this point, I've been just doing this for vibes. It's just been on the side. It's just been kind of like, when I feel like it, I'll come and I'll post type thing. But I think I want to start taking myself seriously as a content creator and be a little bit more consistent. And you guys can see that because again, we have a 2 vlog a week schedule for YouTube. My goal for 2026 is to be able to get my 100,000 subscriber plaque for YouTube. I want to make 10K a month off of social media, which is extremely doable. I want to be doing bare minimum 2 to 3 campaigns a month on the lower end, but honestly, the more the merrier. I want to be showing up consistently for YouTube and posting every single day on TikTok. I want to build a community. Small. You know, the Lord can move mountains. I want to go on multiple brand trips. How was your 2025 in terms of your content creation journey? It was so good. Oh my gosh. If I were to tell you guys when I literally started doing content, and I posted a video about this where I talked about it more deeply on TikTok, but when I first started doing content creation, I've been fighting for my life for years. And even though I had over 200,000 followers on TikTok and then over 10K on Instagram and so on and so forth, I wasn't making money off of social media at all. Like getting no brand deals, not even getting free PR, bro. And 2025, although there were a lot of negative things that happened, 2025 was a game changer for me in terms of content creation. And that's why even as much as, you know, I can come in here and like talk my ish about this agency that scammed me, okay, slay, whatever. Those girls actually also put in a lot of work to help me, see what I'm worth, discover what I'm worth, and like they really opened my eyes for real when it comes to content creation. Really got to see on a deeper level like how much I really enjoy content creation. I don't even know how to even describe and or put it into words. Like this year, even during some of the toughest seasons of my life, the world could be falling apart around me. But best believe what's Angel doing? Smiling and doing up translate, doing up this. In her, in the middle of the night, in the darkness. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so you NGL people need seek Jesus. Find Jesus. Because what do you mean? Is it weird that I like a finger in my ass during sex? I am a girl. And you know what? Even though this is anonymous, I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who this is. I know you, I see you. And I'm not going to answer because I think you know exactly what my answer is. You know what? Go forth and be fruitful. If that is your vibe, we listen, we don't judge. So you know what? Pop off. My crush. Do I have a crush? Guys, I have girl crushes. I have the biggest girl crush on Siam Bougie. Siam Bougie, Lotto, Rati Supremacy. Who else? I'm trying to think if I even have a crush on a man, because yeah, I can't even picture a world whereby I have a crush on a man. I don't really crush on men like that. I don't crush on men. This is a man-hating safe space. Honestly, everybody wants you for real. No. Is that a question? When was my first kiss? 2015? Yeah, 2015. Are you and Yemi still friends? I don't see you guys hanging out anymore.
Oh, I haven't laughed like that today. That was a good laugh. This is one of my best friends, yo. This is we're pausing my.
So you're so let me clarify this. You're laughing because I look depressed?
Yes. Oh god, I can't. Oh, the life of a content creator is so hard, bro.
Would I do OnlyFans content for a price? For the right price? Everybody has a price. I'm sorry. Like, I would love to sit here and tell you guys, like, oh, like, no, like, oh, but demure. No, I think for the right price, anybody would. Do you consider yourself a modest girly? That is a beautiful question to ask immediately after. I consider myself to be, like, a modest sexy girly. So, like, there's, like, some modesty there, you know what I'm saying? But, like, still a little grown moment there, you know? It's, like, just a little spice, a little something nice. Advice for filming equipment, and please don't say my phone. LMFAO. So if you're gonna film, I love my phone. I'm filming this YouTube video right now on my phone, but I will say for filming, the Canon M50 is a beautiful camera. I would also say if you're doing like more vloggy content, I would say the DJI Osmo Pocket or the Canon Rebel Ti is another really popular option for YouTubers or content creators. Or the G7X as well is actually really good filming quality, I feel like. Although if you have your lighting right, I feel like you can just about, don't quote me, just about make any camera work. I need advice. I have a sister who I am not close with because I feel like we both struggle with rebuilding / maintaining our relationship. What do you think I should do before it's too far gone? Connect. Maintain the relationship while it's still there. Because it's a lot harder to build from nothing versus just building from something. And I'm saying this from a person who, like, earlier on in this video, I was telling you guys, like, me with my siblings, like, we don't have a basis to, like, start from. Like, we're starting from, like, nothing. Essentially, as it stands right now, they don't know me, and I don't know who they are. Like, we grew up together, yes, but it's like now they're like grown, full people, and you know, like, they don't know who I am and I don't know who they are. And so it's a lot harder to begin a relationship from nothing than to start with, like, okay, these are the areas in which we need to kind of like improve, work on. You hurt my feelings in A, B, C, D, E, F, G kind of way, and let's move forward from that. So I genuinely think that you should maintain the relationship. There's some relationships in your life that are worth inconveniencing yourself for, like you genuinely value, because, you know, otherwise you wouldn't write me a paragraph. I don't believe that there's anything that's like is too far gone until one person is gone, heaven forbid, and like no longer with us on earth, right? There's nothing that's too far gone. But yeah, maintain the relationship. Actually have a sit down with your sister, have a conversation and say, okay, bet, like, I want to connect with you. I want to feel close to you. I'm not feeling close to you because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. How can we get close again? Have that conversation. Someone said someone's still not over you. Are you supposed to be the someone who's not over me? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that one. Do you ever just leave friends unopened? Yes. Yes. Am I proud of it? No, I do. This whole makeup thing, I've been here fighting for my life, and this is all we've done. But I think the base is always so easy to do. We're gonna go in with our Tears for Christian Foundation. I have such mad respect for the Katie Fangs of the world and all of these content creators who like sit down in front of their camera and they talk as they do their makeup, because this is a sport. I think the only way that I can do this moving forward is if I have some parts of my video like scripted for real, to sit and talk and also do my makeup and also like, oh, someone said am I the jealous type? Yes. I would be lying if I said I'm not. I think jealousy is such a natural emotion within reason. There's toxic jealousy and then there's like a natural jealousy. And I feel like, yeah, I am the jealous type, I suppose, I guess you could say. Ooh. Someone asked me, have I ever had to fake being friends with another influencer? 1000%. I'm very much the kind of person who, like, if I don't like you, I don't like you. But also too, I don't believe in unnecessary confrontation. So there's definitely been people that whereby it's like, I genuinely don't like you. I'm forced to be in the same spaces as you or to be spending time with you by fire, by force. But, you know, I'm not gonna be causing problems. I'll be polite. I will always be polite, you know? Me, in friendships, confrontation is necessary. Confrontation is necessary. I would prefer in my friendships to make sure that everybody's on the same page and make sure that, you know, nobody's feelings are unnecessarily being hurt and everybody is feeling loved and heard in the relationship. That's confrontation. I love that. In family situations, confrontation, you know, it's not great, but again, like if it's family, in my mind, I'm thinking, I want you to be in my life for a long period of time. So if we're thinking about like being in each other's lives for a long time, then we must have confrontation. How much money did I spend on content before I finally got paid? I have bought masterclasses on how to grow. I've paid for the vidIQ subscription thingy. If I had to ballpark it, I'd probably say maybe I spent, my laptop was like $3,000-4,000. My phone at the time was like $2,000. I bought my camera, my Canon, $600. Now mind you, I didn't have to spend all this money. Like this is all money that this was money that I was spending unnecessarily because I thought, oh, okay, like, no, like I just need like the perfect camera before I can become a content creator. So I would say before you start making money, the one thing that I would say is you're gonna spend a lot of time on stuff, but there's no reason why you should be spending money. Absolutely none. For like, unless it's like you're spending money on, like if you're a makeup artist and you don't have makeup, okay, you know, then it makes sense. But I believe that content creation should always start from a free place. You should always just be starting with the things that you have. And then you will get to a point where you can then build. We have a big family. We have a big ass family, bro. I couldn't even tell you how many people are in my family. Because again, I also count my adoptive family. Be honest and answer, please. Who's your Zim crush and who would you smash? I wish you'd almost given me options, because then I'd be able to like, you know, say, okay, like smash or pass for XYZ person. Who would I smash? Yes, you know, the Lord. But who's my Zim crush? You guys are so nosy because that's elite ball knowledge. I know exactly who it is that asked that question. I know for a fact. I know exactly who asked that question. If I had to pick like one person, like a Zim creative that I love, I would say I love me some Sakura. I don't know if you guys, Sakura makes, and this year was his year because he really like rebranded, because for a moment there it was like, oh, I'm done with music, and then he came back and he fed us, Sakura fed us guys this year. He fed us gospel music, he fed us R&B, he fed us love songs, breakup songs. Sakura fed us. I was fed this year. Yo, guys, this blush is insane. It's so tea. People who watch my vlogs regularly know that my tea is a strawberry cream, but this is, I don't know if it's like a new shade or if it's new to me. This shade, Intense Guava. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Do you think you're in a better place financially compared to previous months? 1000%. I just got my first brand deal since the whole scam agency thing, which was just such a blessing. Have I ever cried over content not performing? Yes. Oh my gosh, guys. I had a period of time on TikTok when I first started creating content where I wasn't really growing, and then out of the blue I gained my first 10k followers. I quit my job at the time and I told myself, okay, bet, like this is my sign, like I'm gonna pursue content full time. So I was posting on YouTube 3 times a week. I was posting on TikTok literally like every single day. I was going live every single day, and I thought, no, this is finally going to be the year. I just need to like take the jump, because I was watching a lot of content creators, or like those people who give like content advice who are like, no, you just need to become a full-time content creator, quit your job and jump in and like, you know, whatever. So I quit my job. I jumped straight into content creation. Mind you, at this point in time, I had never made a single dollar off of social media whatsoever. But I was convinced that like, no, like I just need to take a leap of faith, because, you know, you never know what's going to happen. And it was a big flop. I made no money on social media that year, and I actually wouldn't even start to make money off of social media until like over a year later. Yeah, so like there definitely have been so many times where I would post, because I'd be like, okay, no, this is the video that's gonna finally go viral. Then I post the video and then nothing. And you know, it was even hard because I was like, damn, like I really need to make money off of social media, because if I don't, then I won't be able to pay for my rent. I even was evicted from a place because I wasn't able to pay rent. And yeah, not very cute takes, not very demure. Aish! Someone says, how many exes do you have? Enough. None. Let me be honest. How many exes do I have? 1, 3 exes, technically. I say technically 3 because technically it was like one of them like on and off toxic relationships, whereby it's like sometimes we're dating and sometimes we're not, and sometimes he wants to be with me and sometimes he wants to be with some random babe from Tinder. So like it's one of those ones, so I don't know if I really count it, but I will count it. So I'm gonna say 3 exes. Would you go back if they texted you right now? Absolutely not, because you're in my past for a reason. I'm a very big like if it's done, there's a reason. I rebuke. Yo, do you believe people can change? Yes, I do. Do mountains move? Yes, mountains can move, but do they only move 2 to 3 centimeters a year? So I genuinely do believe that people can change, but I don't think that people change overnight. Hit me up in 10 years, you know, I'm cool with that, but not 2 days after you made an embarrassment of me. Nah, you mustn't sit around and wait for someone to change, because if the person wanted to, they would. And I know a lot of women get clowned for saying that, but no, for real, like if the person wanted to, they would. You think looks matter more than personality? Absolutely not. You must have personality, guys. Hey, you could be the finest person ever, and then the moment I try to have an intelligent conversation with you, you have nothing to bring to the table. Immediately dry as the Sahara Desert. Me, I hate small talk. I love deep conversations. All of the relationships that I've ever been in started because it was like incredibly deep conversations from jump. All hours of the night, we were having deep conversations about our traumas. And not even like in a depressing way talking about trauma, but just like talking about, you know, growth, talking about anything and everything, politics, love, the economic state of the world, religion, movies, video games, life lessons, and exchanging book recommendations, like just tea. And that to me is so attractive, is a person who can hold a conversation. So it's like, for me, you must tickle, you must make my brain wet. How's everything going with you? Me, everything is good. Do you ever miss someone you shouldn't? Yes! I feel like it's human to miss people who we shouldn't. I don't know. Who's saying that you shouldn't? Old friendships that are no longer in my life anymore, I miss. Sometimes like I'll find myself just like missing, not necessarily like exes, but like the version of myself that I was when I was in those relationships. And just like how open I was to the world. Because now I just hate men. And it's not, I didn't just wake up one day and decide to hate men. Men made me hate men. So, you know, there's that. Where do I live? In Zim? So when I'm going and visiting back home, I am usually in Vic Falls or Bulueo or Harare. One of the big 3 for sure. Because I have, some of my cousins are now in Harare. I have some family in Vic Falls, and then I have some family in Bulueo. But then I also have some family, I think in Gweru as well, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me about Gweru. I don't know if I still have family in Gweru, but I'm pretty sure my older sister actually lives in Harare as well, so I don't know. I'm not a very good younger sister, clearly. I don't even be knowing where this shorty is. Do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Ooh, it's such a good juicy question to take into the new year. I see myself happy, healed, with deep friendships, still pursuing content creation in some sort of like creative pursuit or creative endeavor. This is in shade Cinnamon. Ooh, I think I want to do a little highlighter on my cheek. I'm going to go in with the shade Cloud 9 in the James Charles palette. Oh, that is so pretty. don't fucking play with me right now. Oh my gosh, that is so sexy. What's one thing your audience assumes that's totally wrong? I think a lot of people assume that like content creation comes so easily to me. Guys, I'll be fighting for my life. Like this video, I've been trying to film this video for a week. It is now the Tuesday, December the 30th. This video is supposed to go up on the 31st of December. It is currently 10:26 p.m. I sat down to film this video at 4 p.m. I think people see the way I just like, I mean, I think I take it as a compliment too when people say, oh, Angel, like you look like you do it so effortlessly, but it's not effortlessly. It's with great effort. And that's why literally Yemi was laughing. My best friend was like laughing at me when she answered the phone because she was like, LMFAO, you would think someone is like forcing you to do this the way that you look so miserable. Ever kept a secret from your best friend about your dating life? Absolutely. When you fucking with the nigga you know you're not supposed to be fucking with, when you talking to a nigga you know you both expressly agreed ain't shit, but you're not ready to get cussed out yet, so you continue seeing the nigga in secret. And I be knowing this babe has my location, so like, yo, when I tell you every time I was seeing a car by his house, his crib, that kind of looked like hers, my heart would be doing up because I know that babe is gonna cuss me out and beat my ass. My parents won't, but my best friend, she'll beat my ass. She'll be like, what the are you doing at that man's house? Or what are you doing at that man's house? And we've all been there, so yeah. I've been really into doing this like egg yolk soul thing, and I don't really have like an egg yolk soul, but I think it looks cute. Oh, what's something you want for yourself? To be happy, to be creating content, to be free, to be able to give back to all the people who've poured into me. Are you and I still cool? Yeah, we cool, I think. Unless you know something I don't. How old am I? Oh, someone asked me that already. Have I ever been ghosted by another creator? Ever been ghosted by another creator? Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's this one creator that I like really looked up to. And was trying to be like on some friend type situation. And we made plans to hang out. I pulled up to their city to hang out, and then she ghosted me. I mean, ghosted is even crazy, but like she just, you know, she was like, oh no, something came up, what, so let's hang out tomorrow. And I was like, okay, slay. And then tomorrow came, and I had even taken time off of work to come and visit her, and and I think that was even my mistake, because I was just so like, oh my gosh, like friendship. I was so naive. I was so naive, because I was just like, in my mind I was like, okay, if this person says that they, you know, I assumed that the person was just as excited to spend time with me as I was excited to spend time with them. So I'd traveled like 3-4 hours. So I'm looking for mascara, don't mind me. So I'd taken time off of work, made plans, booked a hotel, like everything. And then I was like, hey, like all we have to do is literally just like link. And we can go out for coffee, go for dinner, we can take some pictures, do content. And then the person was like, oh, absolutely, like I'm down. And the day that I was meant to be leaving, I confirmed, I was like, okay, hey, so like we're still good. And then the person was like, yeah, no, absolutely, we're still good. So I traveled to a different city to go meet this person. Now I've arrived, crickets. And I don't hold it against them at all, because I think, you know, whatever. It's meant to be, it's meant to be. So, but yes, oh my gosh, bro, LMFAO. So it's crazy because like now I would consider the person like not a friend, but like friend in the sense of like we're like actively talking on like a regular basis. But I think if we were to see each other in person, we would be cool. What's something that my family hates that I talk about online? I don't even know. That's a good question. Probably like when I talk about my family. I don't imagine they love having their business out there. Am I into girls? Eesh, that's good. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, do you prefer FaceTime or text when getting to know each other? I love me a good FaceTime moment. I don't have the heart for texting. Or even like voice notes, actually, even when I'm even starting to get to know someone. But like FaceTime is like tea. FaceTime is even better. Do you think your social media accounts are growing? If no, what do you think you can do differently? I think in terms of like TikTok, I've had a lot of growth, but I've also been losing a lot of followers. And I think one of the biggest reasons is I'm all over the place. So a lot of people follow me for like transition content, and I don't only make transition content anymore. So I feel like that's probably part of the reason why I'm losing followers. Right now, I am growing, but it's not visible because I'm also losing followers at the same time. The same amount of followers I'm losing, I'm also gaining at the same time. But I think once I start being more consistent, I'll go back to gaining more followers than I'm losing. Bruh, this lip gloss is so tea. I love me a good ombre. These are from Dabby Cosmetics. Oh, yeah, and this one too is even like sparkling. Did I ever learn in Zim and where? I went to primary school at Lucaniso Primary School in Blue Whale. And then I also went to a bit of primary at Lundi Park, which is in Guerrero. Do you consider your style of clothing as modest? I'm 15 and I'm discovering my style. No, I don't. Oh my gosh, guys. It depends. Let me even like look at my page and let me see what you're seeing. I honestly, I would say it's like a modest sexy vibe. Like this is giving like modest sexy, like a jeans and a nice top moment. But no, I wouldn't say that my style is modest. That's how I like to describe my style. It's like that's a full cover dress, but like it's got some cleavage, it's got some boob. Modest sexy, a full down the neck, down the legs dress. But it's tight as hell. This dress is like covering all the important bits. It even goes down to like my mid shin, but it's off the shoulder and it shows my nipples. So it's like just modest sexy is how I would describe my style. I have fallen in love with you since day one on TikTok. I love your confidence, ambitious, and how technical you are. You melt my heart away with your immense beauty and intelligence. You'd make an amazing wife and wonderful mother. I love you always and forever. That is not a question. Damn. I appreciate you. What are small acts of love that make the biggest impact for you? Being seen. I don't wear Air Forces on a regular basis, right? But knowing that like, okay, like Angel's Air Forces, she needs a good like staple white shoe, white sneaker. I didn't ask for this. I didn't. It's like not having to ask is the perfect way to describe small acts of love with impact. I remember I had a boyfriend who knew that I loved like makeup, and this was a point in a time where I was like really struggling financially in terms of like money and stuff like that, and he knew how much I loved to create content, and I would be filming my YouTube videos or whatever the case may be, and I would always, every single time without fail, for whatever reason, every time I was doing my makeup and filming, I would lose my eyelash glue. I always could never find my eyelash. And to the point where I'd be crashing out. Because I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't find my eyelash glue. I can't put on my lashes. He then went out and bought like 10 lash glues for me. One for my bag, one for a couple of my purses. He even kept a couple because he's like, if you, for whatever reason, can't find the other like 8, come and ask me. I'll have one brand new, ready for you. And I feel like that's such a love language for me, because it's like he didn't have to do that, but it was like he was paying attention, you know? Or like knowing that like when I'm really having like a bad day or going through a tough time, food is a love language for me. Making me my favorite meal. I made a TikTok that I was clowned for by Zim Celebs, where I was talking about a man who had made me salsa, fish, and greens. A love language, you know? Love notes. I love me a good handwritten letter. I still maintain that the love of my life will make me a mixtape. We'll find a burner, a CD burner. Buy a CD, as ancient as they are, and burn on the CD some of the top, 20 songs that remind him of me. Burn them onto the CD, boom. It's just being considered. What's the lesson you've learned about love the hard way? Yo, you can love someone damn near perfectly, and they won't reciprocate. You can literally do everything perfectly, and they won't reciprocate. And they don't have to reciprocate. Just because you love them, it doesn't mean that they have to love you back. Oh, that one is one that was like knife to the heart. My favorite Zim artist, Sakura. I love me some Sakura. Do I believe in second chances? Absolutely I do. But there has to be like change. Visible change. A 360 is like back where you came from. But a full 180-degree turn. Like a full, your whole body is turned in behavior. And then also too, we're ever in a situation whereby I've given you a second chance, either as a friend or in like a romantic relationship, I will not be reminding you of the commitment. If you want a second chance and you're coming to me and you're saying, hey Angel, I want to make this work, that is a commitment you have made. So it is up to you and you alone to uphold that commitment. It is not up to me. Is there a topic or fantasy you're curious about discussing with a partner? I'm very open. I think it's extremely important to have those kinds of conversations with your partner. Always. Do not keep that in. Do not be honest from jump. Hey, I would never date anybody that I feel like I can't talk to about anything. You seem like the kind of person who's aware of how much people like you, but you never take advantage of it. You just stay kind, which makes it worse somehow. What? You seem like the kind of person who's aware of how much people like you, but you never take advantage of it, okay? You stay kind, which makes it worse. Okay, I don't know how to answer that. I feel like that's not a question. I would agree with that. I don't hate anybody. Let me even think. Is there people that I hate? No. I don't believe in hatred because hating people takes energy. So me, it's like if I no longer have space for you in my life, I just don't expend energy. I don't hate you. I don't love you. I just don't have any feelings towards the person. That's what, to me, like complete, because people say that the opposite of love is hate. No, because hate still requires emotion. Opposite of love is indifference. And me, I just become indifferent. You're a stranger. So I think 1000% yes. And even though I may be indifferent, like there's been situations whereby like I've seen people who I'm either used to be friends with or people that I used to be in like a relationship with, and I'm always going to have love for you because I respect the version of myself that like thought the world of you. You know, there was definitely a version of myself that existed at one point in time that thought the world of you. And even though that person is no longer here with us, I will still treat you with respect. Yeah, very much so. I don't hate people. Hating people takes too much energy in me. I'm too lazy to hate. I say, are you in a relationship? And if yes, you think it's gonna last? I am in a non-demi, semi-binary, non-situationship relationship. What do I want out of a relationship? Literally just to have fun. Just a best friend. I just want to be and explore life together and exist and help each other make this life journey easier. That's literally all I look for in a partner in a relationship. Is you want to make my life easier and I want to make your life easier. It's like I know that even though you work, that you can come home and you can cook dinner for yourself. I want to make your life easier. You're gonna come home and then you're gonna have food ready and then I'm gonna clean up afterwards, right? So it's just like, just the consideration, bro. My ideal date night, I need, like if we're gonna do a date night, I need flowers. I need a small considerate gift. It doesn't have to be like expensive. It's just like something that's like, okay, but like I've been thinking, I saw this and I thought of it type thing. I need to be scooped from my residence. Or I'm sending you an Uber and my ideal date, surprise, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just being told, okay, bet this is what you need to dress up for. Be ready by this time, the Uber will come and pick you up. Or I will personally come and pick you up from your location and then we'll go. And I have everything planned. All you have to do is just exist. And then once I arrived, there's flowers. You know what I'm saying? There's a small gift. Like I brought you some slippers because I know you're going to be wearing heels. And one thing about me, anywhere I go, I'm always going to be barefoot by the end of the night. I do not give a fuck. If we're going out to the club, best believe without fail every single night Angel is barefoot. I do. These are for show. These are for show. I will be barefoot. Yes, it's nasty, but that's what soap and water is for. So yeah. So a person is gonna be like, okay, like I know I'm going out with Angel, but like maybe I'll get her like some cutesy like $10 slippers with like flowers on them that are pink. Then that way she can have some shoes to change into. You know, or I'm gonna bring an extra sweater because it's cold outside today. And by the end of the day, maybe she's just gonna want a little something that smells like me to keep her nice and warm. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be, guys, I'm giving out free ball knowledge right here. My ideal type, someone who's considerate. Guys, to be known is to be loved. To be loved is to be known. My ideal type is someone who's just considerate, which is crazy because that's even just like the bare minimum. They say a great man is the average woman. My best friend, considerate as fuck. All of my friends, considerate as fuck. I can hang out with any one of my friends and they're like, okay, I know Angel doesn't like ABCDFG, so ABCDFG. Or I know Angel had a really tough day. Bro, I was sick recently. All of my friends checking in on me, calling me. My best friend sent me food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She pulled up with medicine with tea. My other friend, who doesn't even live in the country, was like, okay, bet. These are the ingredients that you need. I need you to do ABCDEFG and then be checking in. Or are you taking your medicine every 4 hours to be checking? You know what I'm saying? To be loved is to be known, guys. Hey, yo, this is my type. And it's just an average woman. Tell us about your 9 to 5 if you still have one. I don't have a 9 to 5. If you don't, congrats. How did you escape the shackles? LMFAO. I'm going back to the shackles. LOL. I need to complete some certification at school first before I go back to work. Guys, what the fuck did I do to myself? We still have it. I said I was going to answer every single fucking question. Those eyebrows, a tutorial, period. You guys already got that at the beginning of the video. I loved your content. I've loved your content for so long. So gorgeous on my days. Have a happy new year. Thank you. When am I visiting MTL? Soon. I've heard such great things about Montreal. What's a goal I'm currently working towards? I would say being consistent with my content creation. 2 times a week on YouTube. Wow. Am I married? No. Yo, this is a best friend ring. Oh, what's a hobby that I've been wanting to try? Ooh, Making music. I will not be elaborating. I know somebody out there is excited that I said that, but it's not that deep, I promise. I didn't say I was singing. I was just making music. I feel like I would love. You're cherished, loved, and appreciated. Thank you. Do I miss Zim? Yes, all the damn time, and I wanted to be in Zim so badly this year, but the stars weren't aligning. Hey, Angel. Let's say you really loved your ex. Be honest. Would you ever go back to my ex? Which one? Which one? Because there's some hell no's and then there's a maybe. Angel, I'm struggling in STEM. How did you manage? In terms of like studying, hit the books, babe. Them timer, like me, what me and my friends will do is we'll have like work sessions of like 45 minutes, 5-minute break, 45 minutes, 5-minute breaks, and then every 3 45-minute work sessions, we do it like a lunch break. It's like 30 minutes to an hour. Power sessions are the way to go, I promise, especially if you have ADHD. 45 minutes, 5-minute break, 45 minutes, 5-minute break. Will I do a review on the painted palettes? Yes, I will. I'm obsessed with the shimmers in both palettes because I've already kind of played around with the other palette. I couldn't wait. I didn't film it. I had to like test them out. In terms of like the regular shadow, the pigment is there. Pigment is tea, blendable. The one thing I will say about especially the basic palette or the basic canvas palette, personally for me, the formula is great, but I think it's a very cool tone brown palette. And I'm more of like a warm tone brown palette. And I think that's just I think they just don't come off the way that I personally would be more drawn to. But I also think it's also because I'm used to like the Morphe 3503 palette, which has a lot of like warm tone browns, like extremely warm toned. But the pigment, the shimmers on my cheek right now, that's the painted. On my nose, that's the painted shimmer. On my eyes, like it's just so, I can see myself in the summertime even like just up, and then it's just giving glowy. LMAO. And so we just want a vlog with you and this person. Love the chemistry. No, the vibes is giving, hey. I will not elaborate. I would just, that's where we'll leave it. Would you go on a date with me when you come to the UK? It depends on, are you planning everything? Like, what's the vibes? It really depends. It really does depend. I think it depends. Let's put a pin in that one. What is my hobby? I love anything creative. So, let me show you guys. I've been getting into like painting a little bit. And I love drawing, I love coloring, I love reading, I love writing, I love literally anything creative. I used to play more music when I was in high school, like play more instruments, but I don't play piano as much anymore. I have a guitar, I don't play my guitar. I haven't played my guitar in years. Also because usually I have like long ass nails and it makes it harder to play. It's not impossible, but like it makes it extremely hard to play guitar with these long nails, but literally anything that's creative, I love. What do I do to get my spark back? I was made for this one. Let me start to do the finishing touches as we go, because I think we're almost at the end of our questions. What do I do to get my spark back? I disconnect. The first thing usually that I'll do is I'll disconnect. A lot of the time they say that people who consume content have a hard time creating content, and especially me as like a perfectionist, because when you're like watching other people a lot of the time, then then you start comparing yourself to other people, etc, etc, etc. So first things first is I disconnect. So I'll usually either set like a social media timer on my phone, which is like usually like 30 minutes a day of screen time, and then I'll get someone close to me to change the password so I can't override it once the time comes. And then after disconnecting, then I try to do things that pour into me, something creative and fun. And it has to be something that's like non-committal. Oh, I have to film this video. No, like creative just for the sake of being creative. So I'm sitting down in my room by myself and I'm doing my makeup, or I'm sitting down and I'm coloring, or I'm sitting down and I'm painting, or I'm playing a game, or like literally anything that pours into me. And then I'll also usually give myself at least 1 or 2 days worth of rest, like full rest, where I'm like waking up and I sleep at a certain time. And then I'll also feed myself my favorite meal. I'll order or cook one of my favorite meals to just, to pour into myself, to love into myself. Make sure I shower, I smell nice, and then that's usually, sometimes I don't usually do like lash clusters, but you'll see me like do a cute little lash cluster moment. You'll see me do press on nails or go get my nails done. You'll see me like painting my toes. you know, like just a little, again, not that it's gonna fix me, but that like extra self-care, that extra time pouring into myself. How come you're always happy when I come online? Because I think it's so good to like, there's so much negativity in the world, yo. I can't be coming on the internet now and then also now adding to your struggles, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, I have at certain points in time come online and like been depressed, of course, yeah, but I like to show up in a way that improves people's mood, you know, because you never really know what people are going through, and maybe they just needed that extra little, they just needed a little giggle one time for the one time in order to feel like there's hope, or, you know, there's to keep pushing. When am I pulling up to essay? 2026, baby! Bo bo! If it isn't the girl that stole my attention. Oh. Tu parles en français? Parce que tu restes au Canada. I don't know what that means. But, do I speak French? Something. Canada. How do things end with the agency? Things are still pending. Someone said we good. Anzi, where your man at? You not been posting him lately. What man are you talking about? What man are you talking about? Don't worry about me. What do I use to film? Right now I'm filming on my iPhone 17. Although usually I would film on my iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I also film, usually my vlogs, my weekly vlogs are filmed on my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, or a combination of that plus my Canon M50. That's a lot of cameras, but what do I use to edit? I use Final Cut Pro. Sometimes you'll see me using CapCut, but I don't really like CapCut like that. Final Cut Pro is my ish. I'm Nicole, and I want to start a YouTube channel. Any advice? Just start and be consistent, baby. I need you to sit down with yourself and say, okay, how much time do you have in a week? Do you have enough time to pump out 1 video a week? Do you have enough time to pump out maybe 2 videos a month? Or is it, oh, it's little time, maybe it's 1 time a month? I need a consistent, and I need you to just post. We'll talk once you've posted 100 YouTube videos. I think content creators just get so stuck in the trying to get advice, and it delays you actually just doing the thing. Just do the thing. Like for me, I've been kind of in and out, hot and cold about YouTube for years. This year, 2026, is the first time that I feel like I'm actually fully gonna give it like a proper go. Are you in contact with your biological dad's side of the family? No, ma'am. No, I'm not. I will not elaborate. Okay. Do you plan on traveling to Zimbabwe? Yes, 2026. And how do I overcome anxiety? Someone asked me, how do I overcome anxiety? I can feel that snatching my face. Oh my gosh. That's like, when it comes to anxiety, for me at least, a lot of times when I'm anxious, it's like overstimulation. So the way that I overcome anxiety is removing stimulus and just narrowing it down. Because sometimes I feel like I get really anxious when it's like there's like lots of things that I'm like worried about, or if there's like lots of things that I need to do, or I'm like overthinking like a friendship or a relationship or a certain situation, then a lot of the time I'll just reduce stimulus. If a specific situation is stressing you, then sometimes what it takes is you doing something else. Take your mind off of the thing. If you're fighting for your life in your relationship, something else that doesn't go to work, read a book. And I know it's hard to focus on something else when you're like fighting for your life, but force yourself to immerse yourself in something completely different. You know, if you're doing a task and you're struggling, sometimes when I'm doing my makeup, I get anxious and like frustrated and whatever. I just stop. I'll just take a beat. I'll breathe. I like to ground myself usually, so I will sit in silence, put my phone to the side, I'll turn off my phone or something. I actually like, my phone is almost always on the verge of dying. So like I'll turn off my phone or like let it die. So then it's like there's no temptation for me to be scrolling or nothing. And I will sit on the floor or lay in my bed and stare at the ceiling in silence for like 10-15 minutes. And I'll breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And then I'm not going back to the thing that was stressing me or causing me anxiety. I'll try and do something new, something fresh, something cutesy for a bit before I come back to the thing. If I come back to that thing that day. Guys, this is the makeup look. I feel like I could have done so much better with the makeup look, but it's like, it's so hard to talk and like do your makeup at the same time. But I'm actually like, I'm not upset at this. It's the eyeshadow look that I'm kind of like, Let me go live quickly. Hola, ¿cómo estás? So I finally, like 10 years later, I know it's been like 8 hours, 8.5 hours-ish since I last saw you guys. I finally finished answering the questions. Do you know how many questions there were? I'm happy. I love it. I love it. I love it. There were so many questions, but I love it. There was questions on my Instagram, questions in the anonymous link on my Instagram story, the questions in the comment section of my TikTok, questions on YouTube. Yo! Some people DM'd me questions. So many questions. And I love that. And you guys really came through for me, so I really appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate it.